Hello, welcome back to Cracking the Cryptic. Now, my voice still isn't 100%, so I thought I might do something a little bit different today. We're going to try this puzzle on screen, which is a variation of a little killer. But I'm actually going to try and do it fast, so that's going to help my voice to rest, because I won't be able to give quite as much commentary as usual. I will try and give some, but I'm going to go quite quickly. And one of the reasons I wanted to do that on this puzzle is that I do have a sort of competitive time for you. The winning time when this puzzle first appeared, which was back in 2013, was 4 minutes 47 seconds. So that's going to be a world-class time. That'll be one of the best solvers in the world who did that time. But we'll see how quickly I can do it in a minute. Now let's talk about how this puzzle works. It's by the South Korean compiler Seungjae Kwak. And it's remiss of us, I don't think we've done one of Seungjae's puzzles before, which is awful really, because he's one of the world's best puzzle constructors. So we're going to remedy that today. Now this is a variant on Little Killer. So Little Killer normally works with, if we look at this 24 clue, we would know that these 4 squares here have to sum up to 24. Well, in this variation, it's a sum or a product. So each of these clues is a sum or a product, and that should be enough information for us to finish the grid. Now, if you want to have a go, do click on the link under the video. That'll take you to our webpage where you can play along. And just a quick point to mention as well, for those of you who are patrons of the channel on Patreon, obviously Mark and I are massively appreciative of that, but the December reward puzzle went live last night. So do go and check that out. It's by Christoph Seeliger. It's a sandwich Sudoku variant. Very good puzzle. It's already had some good feedback. Definitely worth your attention. And with that, I am. So what's the time on the clock? It's 2 minutes 10. Let's go. Right. I'm not going to give too much commentary. The 49. That must be a multiplication. It must include 2 sevens and 3 ones. That's going to be a 1. These squares must be 1s and 7s, therefore. 10. 10 can't be 1 times 2 times 5, so this must be 2, 3 and 5. Must be a summation, can't include a 1. 16. Can't be 2 times 8 now, can't be 4 times 4, must be 7 plus 9. Those squares must be 4, 6 and 8. 6 in 5 cells, that must be a product, because 1 plus 1 plus 1 plus 2 plus 2 is 7. So it must have a 1 here. It must be 1 times 1 times 1 times 2 times 3. But I don't yet know. I know there's a 1 in one of those squares and a 1 in one of those squares, but I don't know where the 2s and the 3s go. 9 in 3 cells now. Can't be 3 times 3, because that would repeat 3. Can't be 1 times 1 times 9. That would repeat the 1. So that must be a sum, and it can't use a 1, so that must be 2, 3 and 4. 8 in a lot of cells. This can't be 7, otherwise that would break the 8. Bother, I should have spotted that before. 1s must go up here. 1's over on this side. Let's look at this now. So this square cannot be a 1. So can it be a 3? If this was a 3, this would have to be a summation. No, that breaks. That gets to 9. 1 plus 2 plus 1 plus 2 is 6. Plus a 3 is 9. So this square is a 2. So I think... yeah, this now can't be a 3. This can't be a 3. So this doesn't matter whether this is a sum or a product. It must be 2, 2, 2, and 1 and 1. So 1 times 1 times 2 times 2 times 2 is 8, and 1 plus 1 plus 2 plus 2 plus 2 is also 8. So this must be a 1 or a 2. And this one must be a 2, because it can't be a 1. Therefore that's a 2. Get rid of the 2. Oh, get rid of those 2's. Oh, goodness. Like that. If these are a 1-2 pair, this square must be a 3. This 1 resolves which order these are in. Look, 1, 2, that's a 4, 3, and 2. What now? This can't be a... this is 1 and 3. This must be 1 and 2, which means this is a 2. That's a 1. That's a 1. Must be a 2 in one of these squares. 2 can't go here, because that would make that have to be a 7, and it can't be a 7 because it's a 7 down there. So this is a 2. This is a 2. I think we've done all the 2's. This 9 works the same as that 9. This must be 3 and 4. That's fixable. That must be 3, 4. That resolves to 3 and 5 at the bottom. 3 in one of those squares. 3 in one of these 2 squares. 7 in one of those 2 squares. 3 in one of those 2 squares. This one can only be 6 or 8. That one can be 4, 6, or 8. That means with the 14, this must also be 6 and 8. These must be 5, 7, and 9. That one can't be 7. Oh, hang on. Okay. That's obviously got to be a 1 there. Now this could be this 18. That could be 1. It can't be 1 times 2 times 9. It could be 1 times 3 times 6, or it could be 1 plus 8 plus 9. Oh no! It can't be. It can't be 1 plus 8 plus 9 because that would break the 12. Because the 12 can't be a multiplication. Because it can't be 2, 6, 2 times 6 times 1, and it can't be 3 times 4 times 1. So this is a summation. And if this was 8 and 9, this would have to be 5 and 7. And it can't be because there's already 7's there. So this is 1, 3, 6 in that order. Whoops. And as this is a summation and doesn't include a 3 or a 7, it must be 4 and 8, which must be this way round. This must be 7. This must be 9. That must be 5. That's 6 or 8, therefore. These 2 squares have got to add up to 12. Can't be 3, 9. That could be 5. That could be 7. That could be 8. That could be 4. I don't think that's the way to go. 3. 6 there. Now 4. So these 2 squares are 3 and 5. But look, we've got 6 and 8 here, so that's 14. So the other 2 squares have got to sum to 9, so that's got to be a 6. That's got to be a 3. That's got to be a 5. Now that is going to fix this. This must be 7. 7 must be in one of those squares. 7 must be here. 7 must be here. Scanning's going a bit funny, but I think that's 7 there. So that does all the 7s as well. We've done all of these clues. We've done a lot of these clues. We haven't done this clue. 14, 16, that's got to be 5. In one of those 2 squares. The 15 can't include a 7 now, so it must be 6 and 9, which must be this way round. 9, 6, 5, 8, 8, 6, 6. Maybe I should switch to using the cursor, it might be quicker. 5 and 9 is resolvable. These 2 squares have got to be 4 and 5, which is not yet resolvable, except maybe I can do it with the 29 clue, because I've got 7, 7 and 2, that's 16. So this clue and this clue, so this can never be a 3, that must be a 3. These 2 have got to add up to 13, so, in fact that one's got to be a 9. So that's a 4, that's a 5. That means this is a 5. These squares here have got to be, what's that going to be, 4, 6 and 8. These squares have got to be 4, 6 and 9. So I think we've used all of the diagonal clues now. That one can be filled in. This one can be filled in. This row maybe, let's have a look at that. So that's got to be 3, 4 and 8. So this is a 4 or an 8. That one's a 4. That's an 8. That's a 3. Oops. These 2 squares have got to be 9 and, what's that, 9 and 4. That is resolvable. 4 and 9. This is a 9, this is an 8. 8s and 3s into these 2 squares, so that's resolvable. That's 3 and 8 in that order. I still haven't put the 1 in, that's been sitting there for ages. 4, 8, 4, 6, so that's a 4, that's a 6, that means that's a 6, and that should be a 9, check. Okay, so there we go. I don't know how long that took, I can't remember when I started the clock, but it was about 10 minutes. Not great, not very pleased with that, but I will still, I'll be honest and show you the video, and you guys can all lord it over me if you manage to finish it faster. Do let me know in the comments, I'll be interested to see. I mean, anyone who beats me though, bear in mind that I'm very ill at the moment, so that'll be the reason. And we'll be back soon with another edition of Cracking the Cryptic.